Honorable Chief Minister, Sir, Honorable Minister Industries, Senior Vice President from FICCI, Chief Secretary Odisha, senior officers from Government of India, very senior representatives from FICCI and Indian industry, representatives from industry associations, honorable MPs. It's a great honor for me to be giving this brief but detailed presentation on some of the aspects of Odisha which you know, some which you might discover today. The short video which you just saw gave you a glimpse of what Odisha has to offer and also what Make in Odisha Conclave 2022 would look like. Odisha has been a story of transformation. The unique factor, the parameter, single biggest factor which defines Odisha and keeps it in contrast with most other states of the Indian Union today is our political stability. We have been led by the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Naveen Patnaik for more than 22 years. He must have done something for the people of Odisha. There must be something good which is happening in Odisha under his leadership, that he has been elected again and again and again and is now serving his 5th term in a keenly contested democratic framework. There is something unique about him. There is something unique about Odisha and the political stability which is important. This political stability gives us what investors community calls policy certainty. Our policies are not cast in stone, they are responsive, but we have no policy flip-flops. And unfortunately for many others, but fortunately for us, we are surrounded by a group of states where you see very quick turnarounds, very quick flip-flops, but we are a state who take pride. This political stability gives us policy certainty. It has given us pro-people governance, and it has given us a financial strength, financial muscle, which no state in the country can equal today. We have grown at more than 10.1% over the last few years. We are one of the fastest growing economies in India. We have seen not only good progress over the last 20 years, but we have also seen rapid progress, rapid recovery post-pandemic. While the whole country grappled with the COVID-induced drop-downs, we were one of the economies which could see a very quick recovery. Just before this meeting, Shri Deepak Bagla, Managing Director of Invest India, he just gave a statistic that in between 2020 and 2022, our economy has grown by 14.6 times. That is the kind of growth which we have seen in the state. In the last 2 years, we have received more than 4 lakh crores of investment intents despite a global pandemic. And why is that so? We would see shortly. What defines us today again is our mineral advantage, the geographical advantage which the state has been bestowed with. We are the largest source of iron ore, bauxite, manganese, chromite, nickel for the Indian industry today. We have the good presence and a good spread of all the mineral resources in the state, as you can see on your maps. North and West Odisha is rich in iron ore, Central Odisha is also rich in iron ore and coal, and South Odisha is where bauxite and other resources lie. So we are today the largest producer of iron ore, largest producer of bauxite, second largest producer of coal, largest producer of chromite, and this gives us not only an advantage on the mineral front, but also a tremendous advantage on the economic and industrial front. And we are not only the largest producer of iron ore, we were the largest producer of iron ore. Today we are the largest producer of steel. We are also the largest producer of stainless steel. We are the largest producer of alumina, the largest producer of aluminium. The tremendous growth which this industry, mining and metallurgy, which we would witness in the coming few years, gives us immense set of new opportunities. Mechanization of the existing mines, operation of new mines, utilization of lower grade of ores, use of advanced technology solutions, and a policy where we provide long-term linkage, assurance of long-term raw material stability to the industries who come and set up their shop on Odisha. What you have seen in mineral resources is our continued progress, but this gives us a tremendous set of new opportunities in logistics, in mining support services, in circular economy, in iron ore beneficiation, in logistics and manufacturing and servicing of mining equipment. Today, ladies and gentlemen, the largest demand center of mining equipment, mining machinery, mining services is in Odisha. World's largest already in Odisha. That is the kind of opportunities this will create in the years to come. Because of the value addition policy which we promoted under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, as I mentioned, we are a very large producer of metals. And this value addition policy makes us the single largest producer of steel, stainless steel, alumina and aluminium, and a very large producer of cement and coal-based thermal power. We have set up this infrastructure in a planned manner. Our mineral belt and our industrial belt are integrated with the logistics. It is seamless connectivity from the mineral zone in Keonjhar and Sundargarh to the manufacturing zone in Kalinganagar, Angul, Dhenkanal, and up to the ports at Dhamra, Paradip, and Gopalpur. The intense road and rail network and the ports which we have set up brings a seamless connectivity to the mineral zone and the industrial zone. There are dedicated industrial parks for steel, for aluminium, for cement, for food processing, and for all the major segments of industry which we are now promoting in this state. Incidentally, the world's largest steel plant is being set up in Odisha right now. The second largest steel plant is also being set up in Odisha, and the third largest steel plant also is being set up in Odisha. India's largest stainless steel plant is already in Odisha, and Abhyuday Jindal from JSL, he represents that company here for you today. But that's not all. Our mineral, metallurgy and metal story is known. What I presented to you is the future for the next 10, 20, 30 years. What would change in this sector and what new opportunities would come. But we already have a massive presence in chemicals and petrochemicals owing to the presence of Indian Oil Corporation. Mr. Vaidya, chairperson of Indian Oil Corporation, is here today. He just met the Honorable Chief Minister and we are discussing a very large investment on the east coast of India, probably the largest investment on the east coast of India in a polymer complex. They are already running a large refinery. At Paradip, we are one of the 3 states in the country to have the PCPIR, but we are the only state in the country in PCPIR with land further available for allocation. Close to Paradip port, ready to walk in, 5,000 acres of land, factory gate availability of water, factory gate availability of power, not more than 10 kilometers from a major port. We have good presence of chemical and fertilizer industry there. IFCO, Paradip, phosphates and others have big presence. A very large PTA and MEG complex is coming up, again courtesy IOCL, and a technical textiles park is being set up nearby. In textiles and technical textiles also, we are the next leaders on the east coast of India. All that we have seen in technical textiles till now in India has been on the west coast, but now the emerging opportunity is actually on the east coast and we are ready for it. The Bhadrak Technical Textiles Park, the Paradip Textiles Region and the other textiles park which we have set up today are good opportunities for all of you. IT and ITS, amongst the tier 2 cities and states, we have a big presence. All the known industries in this segment have a presence in Bhubaneswar, and the speed with which we operate. Very recently, our Honorable Chief Minister, under his guidance, we could get 2 of the most coveted investments in this region for reasons of non-disclosure. I am not able to take their names from stage, but I can share with you privately, and very soon you would hear about them. We also have a dedicated focus on some of these sectors which you see. We know that this advantage in metals and advantage of infrastructure being on the east coast gives us good opportunities in the new and emerging sectors, whether it is apparel or in metal downstream, agri and seafood processing, handloom, handicrafts and textiles, tourism, chemicals and plastics. And we are one of the states in the country where we not only have sectoral policies to support these, but we also have sectoral industrial parks for each one of these sectors in Odisha. This is some of the industrial infrastructure which we have set up. PCPR I already mentioned, the National Investment Manufacturing Zone at Kalinga. Today you would be surprised, Honorable Chief Minister had advised us to do a similar road show, a smaller one at Jamshedpur with Tata Steel. 35 companies attended and 22 of them have come in the last 2 months to plan their investments in Kalinga. Why? Because with the acquisition of NINL by Tata Steel under DIPAM, Ministry of Finance, Government of India, the entire steel industry in East India, whether it is Jharkhand, Bihar, Chhattisgarh and parts of West Bengal, is now migrating towards Odisha, and tremendous opportunities there, and we have the right infrastructure. Dhamra investment region close to the Dhamra port, which is a government port run by Adani's, more than 1100 acres of land with factory gate availability of water and power. Gopalpur Industrial Park, SEZ 3,500 acres, DTA 1,500 acres. Aluminium Park at Angul is a unique proposition where close to the Nalco smelter you get molten metal. Imagine all the auto component manufacturers or extrusion manufacturers in the national capital region, they buy aluminium or haul it all the way from Angul or from other places in Odisha, because aluminium is there only in Odisha, to this place, pay 10,000 rupees per ton as cartage, spend more than 7,000 rupees per ton to melt it. Set up a shop in Angul Aluminium Park, you get molten metal. You not only save the transportation cost, you save tremendous energy cost. Your EBITDA goes up by not less than 2%. Technical Textiles Park, I just mentioned to you. Seafood Park, Bhubaneswar. Odisha is the third largest exporter of seafood in India, but we are the only state who are looking at it in an integrated manner. This seafood park very close to Bhubaneswar has dedicated plug-and-play infrastructure for seafood processing and is getting populated at a very fast rate. The others, Info Valley and Info City. Info City is already saturated, and Info Valley is the new upcoming destination for IT industry. The point, ladies and gentlemen, here is, if you look at the map of Odisha, you will find that on the east coast, the National Highway 16, what is called the East Coast Economic Corridor, which connects Kolkata with Chennai, is where we have planned investment destinations. All the parks which I mentioned to you are along this national highway. For instance, the Gopalpur SEZ Park is on the national highway. You step out of the national highway, you enter a 5,000 acres park. Just before we came to this meeting, we had one-on-one meetings with Honorable Chief Minister. Three investors could see the advantages at Gopalpur and agreed to set up. What you see on the west side of Odisha's map is a new expressway, the Biju Patnaik Expressway, which connects 9 districts of Odisha. The expressway is ready. It is functional, more than 440 kilometers. Along this expressway, we have set up 9 industrial parks, each park more than 200 acres of land, ready to move in. Factory gate availability of water and power. In fact, you would notice that I am repeating this again and again, factory gate availability of power, because we are the only state today who can actually claim factory gate availability of power. We are power surplus. We are not only power surplus, our cost of power is probably the cheapest in this part of the country. What about the new age economy sectors? So we are conscious of this fact that there is a transition which is happening, and as world industry and Indian industry transits to a more decarbonized regime, the new opportunities would emerge in renewable energy and equipment, green hydrogen and ammonia, and decarbonization. This is the future. And having recognized this future, we have framed our policies targeting this. Today, green ammonia and green hydrogen is being talked of across the world. But in India, Odisha is a state where the current base business case of green hydrogen already exists. If steel plants would be decarbonizing first, Where would this decarbonization happen? Where would the demand of green hydrogen be? It would be in a state where steel is getting made, where aluminum is getting made. So ladies and gentlemen, the point is that we are conscious of this transition. Rupees 2 per unit reimbursement of on electricity tariff, and this is an overwhelming advantage. We did a calculation with people like you, and our claim is that for an investment worth rupees 1,000 crores, our package for the desired sectors gives a clear advantage of more than 232 crores. It lifts your EBITDA by more than 7.23%. Imagine the kind of advantage which our policies give. But that is not all, ladies and gentlemen. The last statement which you see is not my statement. It's a statement which comes from the Honorable Chief Minister's direction. For the thrust and priority sectors, for sectors which we want to prosper in Odisha, if any state in the country today offers an incentive X, we are prepared to offer X plus. That's a commitment which we have to you. More importantly, commitments are made, policies are made, then there are U-turns. We are a state, we deliver what we commit. Our Honorable Chief Minister gives us one direction. Mr. Sharma, if you can afford 100 rupees, do not promise 101. But if you have promised 100 rupees, make sure that 100 is delivered and not 99. What you see on top, the Mo Sarkar, is a unique initiative in Odisha. Honorable Chief Minister rings up, he makes 20 phone calls every day on a randomly selected set of numbers. Anybody who comes and meets me, my department, if we call IDCO, Pollution Control Board, Fire Safety, Factories and Boilers, their numbers are logged automated. A random list of 20 numbers is generated. Honorable Chief Minister makes a call every day and he asks a set of questions. Were you welcomed by my officers? Did you face any harassment? Did anybody ask for a bribe? And I can tell you that there are examples of very, very senior persons in government bureaucracy. At 3:30 p.m., Honorable Chief Minister made a call, got an adverse observation. At 4 p.m., that officer was out of service. This is the kind of governance, this is the model of governance which we have in Odisha, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why I can stay here with proud and I can make these commitments, because we believe in honesty, integrity and transparency. This is the latest commitment from our side. 30 acres of land in 30 days, 50 acres of land in not more than 50 days, 100 acres of land in not more than 100 days we can deliver to you in the industrial areas which we have. You can come, you can test it. There are examples here in this hall where we have already delivered. We have Shubham Gupta here, Shubham Gupta from VCI Chemicals. He met us on 5th of March at Kanpur, gave us an application, and in less than 30 days he had 32 acres of land. Shubhamji, you can just stand up and tell this, that he had this at Kalinga, up to 50 acres and up to 100 acres. We have Rohit here, Rohit Agarwal. He represents Rimjim Ispat, one of the well-known stainless steel companies. Again, we met him at Kanpur in his plant, invited him to Odisha, and less than 100 days his plant is now getting commissioned. This is the speed with which we deliver. Now to know more of this, I just gave you a snapshot. To know more of this, what we have to offer, explore the opportunities in detail, come and visit us in the Make in Odisha conclave from 30th November to 4th of December. 5 days, 7 leadership talks and 20 sectoral sessions. Bhubaneswar is very well connected. There is a good presence of good quality hotels and other to take care of your accommodation, stay and travel arrangements. We have planned this event in a highly interactive manner. It would be an immersive event. Each segment of the Indian industry would get a chance to know and learn about the opportunities which we have. 20 sectoral sessions on 20 sectors which we would want to promote. So ladies and gentlemen, today being the curtain raiser event for Make in Odisha, we invite you to Odisha to join the Juggernaut and participate in this conclave. That's all from my side. These 3 officers they would be your guides. If any one of you would want to know more, explore more, Shri Ravikant is our resident commissioner here. He and Shri Shubhendra Nayak and my colleague Shri Kalyan Mohanty. If you want to click a picture, we will give all these details to you. in the folders which we have given. Odisha is a beautiful place. While you come to Odisha for the Make in Odisha conclave, don't forget to enjoy the beaches, the wildlife, the ecotourism, and the art, craft, and legacy of Odisha. That's all from my side, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.